Bag it, Joe Madden. Joe Madden, manager of the Angels no more. Fired today by the Anaheim Angels amid a 12-game losing streak. And simply put, Joe Madden had to go. We said this yesterday. We ranted on this. This was a no-brainer. The Angels, their fall from heaven to hell was really stark and remarkable over this losing streak. And you think about it. The Angels with Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. You think about it, 3 weeks ago, we were talking about the Angels being a playoff team, a World Series contender. The Anaheim Angels have just been a horrific ball club over the last 12 games. And look, you saw Joe Madden's record in his career with the Angels, and it's putrid on the screen. Joe Madden has done nothing as the Angels skipper. I know he won the World Series, of course, in Chicago. I understand that he was excellent with no payroll in Tampa Bay. I mean, when you go on this kind of losing streak with a pathetic, embarrassing, grotesque 6.31 ERA, and you're just 16 points over the Mendoza line, you need changes. And there's this, because of the history with everything going on with Madden, how inept and irrelevant the Angels have been. You know, when you're in first place on May 16th, and then you're right now, as we speak today, under 500, that's unacceptable when you have Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout. And make no mistake, the reason why this is a no-brainer is because just like with Joe Girardi and the Phillies, the season's not over. The Angels are still alive. The American League is weak. If the season ended today, and spoiler alert, it doesn't, the Boston Red Sox, who beat the Angels in Joe Madden in his final game last night, the Red Sox would somehow be in the playoffs. Imagine saying that 3 weeks ago. Red Sox would be in, the Angels would be out. It was only 3 weeks ago we were talking about what's more likely, an all-LA World Series or a Subway Series. So this had to happen. Baseball needs Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani in the playoffs in the worst way. Trout is the greatest player of all time. Ohtani is a unicorn. They have the talent. They needed to do this because it's all about making the playoffs. Joe Madden with the Angels couldn't manage his way out of a paper bag. Bag it, Joe Madden. How about Rams coach Sean McVay on a Sirius XM town hall on Sirius XM NFL radio? Aaron Donald got paid, obviously. He's the best non-quarterback in the NFL, best defensive player in the NFL, best defensive player ever. And this is exactly why we said the worry level for Aaron Donald not being there for this season was at 0. The Rams always reward excellence, and no player is more excellent than Aaron Donald. A $40 million raise over the last 3 years of his existing deal. Of course, first non-quarterback to eclipse $30 million guaranteed, obviously. And remember, Sean McVay joined us here on Time to Shine exclusively in February and said this deal would get done, and it did. Aaron Donald is still in the prime of his career. I mean, you think about it, 2021 was majestic. The numbers are amazing. The feel even better. I mean, let's remember what he did in the postseason. You see it on the bottom of the screen in yellow, the 3.5 postseason sacks, and of course, pressuring Joe Burrow on 4th down to win a Super Bowl. Aaron Donald is the best defensive ball player in the history of the league. And I love Lawrence Taylor, but he's better than LT, better than Reggie White, 7-time All-Pro. Look at the career sack total. I mean, you got to remember, he's a defensive tackle. If Donald played his entire career with the Dallas Cowboys, I wouldn't have to sell you on him being the greatest of all time. And you know I've been saying that for years. And now that Aaron Donald is signed, sealed, and delivered, the Rams can really chance run it back. They're the team to beat in the NFC. They're better than last year. You know, Matthew Stafford had an amazing postseason, but you might forget how shaky he was down the stretch of the regular season. He's going to have his best regular season ever. Cam Akers barely played last year. He's going to be healthy and a top 10 running back in Sean McVay's offense. Allen Robinson's on board, so is Bobby Wagner. These guys are great players who make LA even better. Donald, He's amazing. Box office and on the field. He helps with the needed LA buzz to make the Rams relevant in Hollywood. And the domination of the best defensive ball player ever means the Rams will be in the Super Bowl this year, too. Oh, hey, we have an Aaron Rodgers sighting in Green Bay. I repeat, an Aaron Rodgers sighting in Green Bay. Hey, why not? It's Packers mandatory minicamp starting today, and Aaron Rodgers was on the field, and it's energizing. And look, it's not necessary. See the last few years. But Rodgers is the most talented quarterback in league history, coming off of back-to-back MVP seasons with a great chance to win another and a fifth one of his career, taking a ragtag group of weapons to a 1 seed. And I think Rodgers is going to do it. Look, it's awful not to have Devontae Adams, but it's Rodgers. He's going to find a way to make Christian Watson work and make Sammy Watkins work, because this is who he is and this is what he does. And I think that Matty LaFleur is going to have to use A.J. Dillon more. Run with Dillon. Run with Aaron Jones more. Dillon's going to have a monster third season, and Rodgers absolutely loves A.J. Dillon. And you can think about splitting Aaron Jones out wide and, play him and line him up in the slot. That should be a thing, too. Here's the truth. Aaron Rodgers doesn't really need minicamp. He really needs Devontae Adams, but Green Bay's defense and run game should be strong to go along with the most gifted quarterback ever. Rodgers defies logic and the odds. That's what will get him his third straight MVP. Welcome back, time to Schein. So much to talk out on this Tuesday. New Lakers head coach Darvin Ham believes in Russell Westbrook. Can Russ be part of LA's success? Let's talk this out together. Absolutely he can be. And I loved what Ham had to say. In general, he won the press conference yesterday. And yesterday we focused on the Anthony Davis element. But the Westbrook stuff went noted. And the fact that Russ was at the news conference and was there nodding his head. Listen, Darvin Ham let him know, I need you to play defense, and you need to make sacrifice. And he said the same thing about LeBron and about Anthony Davis, but I am of the belief that Russ can be saved. And I know I'm in the minority, but I've said this consistently, and I think Ham, who is super bright, and he's going to hold the players accountable, I think if they continue to develop the young guys, and at the end of the day, it'll be great to get something out of none for this upcoming season. I think they're going to re-sign Monk. I think they'll bring back Carmelo Anthony. If they can get a young defensive big to replace Dwight Howard, someone else who can shoot the ball, I really think someone who can shoot the ball coming off the bench, I think LeBron and Westbrook and Davis can coexist. And I know that was my take, and it was historically wrong. I took the cheese on the Lakers. I believe that they were going to live up to the hype, to the Vegas over-under total. I thought they could win a championship this season. This was the biggest underachievement in sports history, considering Vegas, the expectations, the salaries, the names involved. They didn't even make the play-in. They finished in 11th place. 11th place. I'm with Darvin Ham, though. I think Russ has a lot of gas left in the tank. He's got to be willing to play defense, make the right moves around these guys. Big image season for Westbrook and for LeBron, and most especially for Davis. I think Russ is going to stay. I don't think they would package a pick in a deal. I don't think they should. And I was energized by what Ham had to say about my guy Russ yesterday. Miami Heat President Pat Riley said yesterday he has no intention to retire, and he feels obligated to finish the build with Miami. So, how does the Miami Heat become a championship team? Let's talk this one out. First of all, I'm obsessed with Pat Riley. I mean, he's one of the greatest minds in the history of basketball. Lakers, Knicks, Miami as a coach, and now as an executive. And listen, what he's done in Miami is majestic. And also, he challenged reporters to a push-up contest, and he said at 77 he can, do more push-ups than anybody else. And I'm not going to bet against Pat Riley. They need more scoring. The culture's great, the coaching's great, the defense is great. Jimmy Butler needs a wingman, and Butler is a great player. That's a quote from Pat Riley yesterday. And he's an alpha dog, but, Tyler Hero is good. He's a sixth man. They need someone else who's more reliable. And, Kyle Lowry, who I'm obsessed with. I loved him at Nova, loved him in Toronto. He looks like he's on the back nine of his career. Bam Adebayo is not someone you rely upon to score in waves. I think it's all about adding to the offense. And Riley said it yesterday. That's why I never took the cheese on Miami going to the NBA Finals, because they weren't good enough on offense. Culture's amazing. Spoelstra's great. Butler's great. Obviously, Riley is a legend. They need more offense, and Pat Riley knows it. I love Pat Riley. To the NFL, Deebo Samuel in attendance for the start of Niners mandatory minicamp despite his recent request to be traded. So, can Deebo be even better this season? Let's talk this out. Absolutely he can be, and he's going to be in San Francisco, and John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan handled this incredibly well in terms of not overreacting to the trade demand, because you can't duplicate this. And so if you're Kyle Shanahan and you created this kind of weapon and you turned down the Jets' robust offer, I mean, the offensive pieces are good. It's Deebo Samuel who puts this thing together. And I think Trey Lance is going to be ready to dance. I think the Niners are just amazing. And they have legit Super Bowl aspirations. It's all about the development of Lance, getting the ball deep to Deebo Samuel. And whether Deebo likes or not, they're going to continuously run the ball with him, because that's who he is. That's what he does. And I think Deebo is going to have a monster season for San Francisco this year. I'm glad we talked that all out on a Tuesday.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell for more videos.